What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to another super exciting daily Liverpool transfer news update video, and you will get the latest news about Florian Wirtz's imminent £110 million transfer to Liverpool, but that could even rise with more add-ons and bonuses included, so more on that later. And today Liverpool will probably announce their first new summer transfer. Jeremy Frimpong just signed his new contract, 5-year contract at Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the announcement will be today, so more on that a little bit later in the second part of this video. And in this video we will also take a look at why Florian Wirtz will be such an absolutely iconic, legendary transfer for Liverpool. So this is an account which covers Bayer Leverkusen news, and they have inside information inside the club, and they are saying that Liverpool and Leverkusen have yet to agree on a transfer fee for Florian Wirtz, and we will reveal what causes the small delay in the negotiations. But Liverpool's initial offer was 100 million euros plus add-ons. Leverkusen's initial demand is of course 150 million euros, but they are aiming for a fixed fee of 130 million euros, even if the sides were likely more than 50 million euros apart at the beginning of the negotiations. The deal will go through and bring Bayer Leverkusen a record fee. It's just a matter of time until Leverkusen and Liverpool agree on the exact base fee plus the bonuses and add-ons. But Leverkusen are interested in a couple of Liverpool players, and one reason for the potential delay, and of course a record-breaking transfer like this always takes time, even though Liverpool did a lot of groundwork in the previous months and even years talking to Florian Wirtz and his family. You know, it still takes a lot of time to negotiate a deal like this. But one of the holdups could be that Liverpool are offering different players to Bayer Leverkusen, and Bayer Leverkusen are interested in different players like Harvey Elliott, for example. And maybe that's the reason the negotiations have been a little bit slower, and as it adds more complexity, because then, just an example, if Harvey Elliott goes to Leverkusen, then Harvey Elliott needs to agree personal terms with Leverkusen as well, and Liverpool and Leverkusen need to agree on the valuation of Florian Wirtz and the valuation of Harvey Elliott, and of course how to pay the difference and how to structure the deal. So it's a very complex deal, but Florian Plettenberg confirmed that the offers are being sent back and forth between Liverpool and Leverkusen, and Leverkusen are trying to get a player out of Liverpool. Most likely it's Harvey Elliott, and you can assume an agreement will possibly be reached this week for the transfer of Florian Wirtz. So if you are excited about this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, because I post daily updates around Liverpool's transfers, and you can get all the latest information in one video today and every day on my channel. So make sure to check back daily and to watch the videos, because you get an information-packed video every single day in your subscriptions box. If you turn on the bell notification, you get a notification on your phone or on your any of your devices. And Liverpool's Harvey Elliott has interest from not just Leverkusen but Borussia Dortmund and Brighton were interested in Harvey Elliott previously. And Harvey Elliott was very emotional during Liverpool lifting the Premier League trophy at Anfield, and also during the parade. So Liverpool are probably negotiating the sale of Harvey Elliott at the same time. But there is an argument to be made that maybe it will be a separate deal. So Liverpool buy Florian Wirtz outright with money, and then they sell Harvey Elliott outright for money to Bayer Leverkusen, because it works better from a PSR perspective. The latest information is that the last talks have to be completed by the managers and lawyers, then the transfer of Florian Wirtz to Liverpool will be formally completed. Michael Edwards and Simon Rolfes, the Leverkusen sporting director, have long been quiet, trusting and goal-oriented talks have had. Leverkusen want to achieve a sale for 150 million euros with bonuses and add-ons. Liverpool are trying to push the package into the region of 135 million euros, but that's a very little difference when it comes to the grand scheme of things. Of course, Liverpool are tough negotiators as well as Bayer Leverkusen, so both clubs are trying to just get the best deal for them. Last week, Liverpool obtained the budget solid commitment from the Liverpool owners, FSG in Boston. Now it's all about the distribution of the fixed fee, the installments, the factors for performance-related add-ons. So a lot of clauses need to be ironed out in this huge blockbuster transfer, but it's worth the wait. Honestly, guys, when the Florian Wirtz, here we go, will be coming, when the official announcement will be made by Liverpool, football internet will explode. And that feeling of the dopamine hit when you get the notification that Florian Wirtz became a Liverpool player, oh man, I'm counting down the days, the hours until that happens, because that will hit like crazy, man. I can't wait. And I'm sure that you guys are as excited about this transfer as I am. I can't hide my emotions, honestly. This is probably the most exciting transfer window that I can remember as a Liverpool fan. At least the start of it, it's like dreamland. Mamardashvili, Frimpong already signed, Kerkez and Florian Wirtz up next. And we are also looking at centre-backs and the striker. Liverpool are cooking up some absolute madness in this summer transfer window, and I'm here for it every single day. I'm here for you guys, covering all the latest news, and I'm really grateful that you guys are watching these videos, and so many of you guys have subscribed in the past week, so thank you so much, and welcome to the new subscribers as well. So Pipo Arends, another journalist, is reporting that Florian Wirtz will play for Liverpool in the Premier League next season. Plettenberg, an agreement will be reached this week. He said Liverpool are planning to spend heavily in the transfer market this summer. That's what Paul Joyce is reporting. He said with negotiations ongoing for a club record deal for Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz, and the £30 million agreement, for his teammate Jeremy Frimpong is close to being announced. So not just Fabrizio Romano, but even Paul Joyce, who is basically a Liverpool-based journalist, one of the most reliable journalists when it comes to Liverpool transfer news. He's saying that the Jeremy Frimpong announcement is very close, so it will probably happen later today. Florian Wirtz is on the verge of a move to Liverpool. Negotiations are ongoing. That's what Pipo Arends said as well. Liverpool are confident of signing Florian Wirtz, Lewis Steele said, and things are heading in the right direction for a club record move, no matter how long it takes. Fabrizio Romano also said that Liverpool are attentive to Hugo Ekitike. We are interested in him, we appreciate the player, and we had contacts to understand the situation. But Chelsea are also in talks with Ekitike, but they are also in talks with Liam Delap. I don't think they will sign both players, both strikers, so we will see what kind of striker Chelsea are going for. Brentford are continuing to push for Kevin Kelleher. Talks with the player and Liverpool are ongoing. That's what Plettenberg reported as well. And Luis Diaz is a leading target for Al Nassr. Club officials have already requested central funding to make a bid. So the state of Saudi Arabia is funding that transfer. That's what Ben Jacobs is reporting. And a Bayern Munich insider account has revealed that Karl-Heinz Rummenigge's famous statement that Wirtz was the best German player wasn't just an empty phrase. They all love Musiala as a brilliant individualist who sets up goals and scores them. But in Wirtz, Bayern recognized that he has something that Musiala can perhaps still learn. He's a great strategist who makes the players around him better. They wanted Wirtz as the leader of a great new Bayern generation that can achieve a new decade of dominance, both in Germany and in Europe. But instead, Florian Wirtz chose Liverpool. What a compliment that is to Liverpool, to Arne Slot, and to this brilliant new project that Arne Slot is building at Liverpool. On the day of Bayern's title celebration, it was also revealed that there was a meeting between Bayern and Florian Wirtz in Munich. Wirtz was picked up at the airport, driven to a hotel in the city. Uli Hoeneß, Rummenigge, Eber, Freund, Dres and company, everyone was there to try to convince Florian Wirtz. So Bayern put out all the stops, all the big hitters to try to convince Florian Wirtz. The player first held a lengthy face-to-face tactical discussion with Vincent Kompany in a separate room, and then met in the suite with Eber, Freund, Rummenigge, Hoeneß, Dres. It was Bayern's last attempt to convince Florian Wirtz to go to Munich. After these discussions, Wirtz left for vacation. He thought about his future for 5 days, and in the end, he politely rejected Bayern's offer and decided to join Liverpool. Wirtz, the player, informed company, and Wirtz's father called Eberl and Hoeneß to inform them that Wirtz has rejected Bayern. The meeting went unnoticed because it took place on Sunday, May the 18th, the day all cameras were focused, of course, on Marienplatz, a famous place in Munich where the Bayern fans celebrated the title. This just shows what an amazing pull Liverpool have and how amazing Arne Slot did, explaining to Florian Wirtz clearly the tactical ideas, the tactical role that he will have, that Florian Wirtz will have in the Liverpool system, in the Liverpool playing style, and how he will improve Florian Wirtz individually as well. So a huge compliment to Liverpool, to Arne Slot, to the whole backroom staff who did months and months and maybe years of work to make this Florian Wirtz transfer to happen. And another Bayern insider said that there is no one to blame for the failure of the Wirtz transfer. That's how Bayern sees things. So far, no one from the higher ups has accused Eberl and the sporting management of anything. It is said that Eberl, Freund and company did their best within their means. Instead of identifying a culprit within the club, the people in charge rather believe that they miscalculated their optimism after they have received a kind of commitment from Wirtz's parents, but that was 1 year ago, that he is interested in a move to Bayern. 2 weeks before the final meeting, in the end the parents' commitment did not equal the players' commitment. When Hoeneß and Rummenigge learned from the media about Wirtz's family's trip to England, they were shocked and they made one last attempt to convince the player, which failed, as we already know that. So that's absolutely brilliant. And at FC Bayern, they believe that Florian Wirtz rejected the move to Munich because he feared being involved in a positional tussle with Jamal Musiala. The coaching staff would have had to resort to some trickery, essentially inventing a new position for Wirtz, they say. Either he would have played behind the striker and Musiala would have been moved to a left-wing position, or the coaching staff could have built an axis of creative players with Kimmich at number 6, Wirtz at number 8, Musiala at number 10, directly behind Harry Kane. Company spoke with the Wirtz for a full hour at the hotel room. He had a laptop, he showed him presentations. The conversation was very difficult and then it became a bit more cheerful. But by the time it was over, Company was said to have expressed serious doubts about Bayern's chances of signing Wirtz. Company is said to have had the impression that Liverpool and their coach Arne Slot had already dug deep into the player's mind because they had presented him with a clear plan of a team in which the game would be built around him. Bayern's approach, first we secure Wirtz's signing and then we see how we would fit him into the tactical plan. But it's clear that, at Bayern there are many superstars already, and at Liverpool there are many superstars already as well. But we don't have an attacking midfielder superstar like Florian Wirtz, a creative player who can create goals and score goals. Szoboszlai is a little bit of a different profile. He's more of a runner, box-to-box midfielder, and he does a lot of defensive work. And it makes sense if Liverpool make a record transfer for Florian Wirtz. It makes sense for Arne Slot to present a tactical plan that would build the Liverpool side around Florian Wirtz. And Dietmar Hamann, of course, a former Liverpool player and German midfielder, has said in the Bild newspaper, Florian Wirtz makes others better. I believe he's a player who can play anywhere. That's why he might have had the opportunity to go to Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. And Hamann noted that Florian Wirtz made a very good decision in choosing Liverpool instead of Bayern. Liverpool has fast players. Frimpong is also moving to Liverpool. Wirtz already knows him very well. The suggestion is clear. Wirtz would not be arriving being cold, but stepping into a team that suits his strengths, and Wirtz would be surrounded by known quantities like Salah, Gakpo, Diaz, and Jota up front, and maybe a new striker as well. And Didi Hamann is fully convinced that Wirtz is ready to wear the famous Liverpool shirt and not crumble under the pressure of that. I can't wait for him to wear the red jersey for the first time. I believe that after just a few weeks, he will be a fan favorite and he can and will achieve great things at Liverpool. And Wirtz has 16 goals and 15 assists last season. But the previous season when Leverkusen won the title, he got even more goals, I think around 20 goals, and similar amount of assists. If the deal is finalized, then Wirtz would join Liverpool at a crucial moment. We are defending our Premier League title next season. We want to mount a more serious challenge in the Champions League after going out in the round of 16. And also we want to win a domestic cup as well. And Liverpool supporters can only wait now. But these are the rare moments. There are rare moments in football when a rumor transfer feels like a market move and more like a movement. Wirtz to Liverpool is not simply the pursuit of a Bundesliga gem. It's an institutional revolution, the continuation of a carefully built philosophy now led by Arne Slot and made possible by a decade of groundwork under the direction of those who made Liverpool a destination, not just part of the journey. Now, like the best players in the world, see Liverpool as a final destination to arrive there and to win trophies and to be part of something really, really special. Because remember, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man City have all circled around Wirtz at one point, and yet Wirtz, out of all these mega clubs, super clubs, who have probably more financial resources than Liverpool, he still chose Liverpool. And of course Liverpool will pay him a very good wage, and we will pay Leverkusen a very high transfer fee. So Liverpool are also a pretty rich club, but because we have been managed very well financially. Michael Edwards appears to have played the long game. From early scouting data to subtle relationship building with Wirtz and his representatives, Liverpool have positioned themselves not just as suitors but as curators of Wirtz's career. And that matters. It matters because Wirtz is not chasing a brand. He's chasing growth. He's chasing personal improvement to get better and better each season. And Liverpool, through design rather than desperation, offer him just that. Liverpool offer Wirtz a platform where he can get better, he can play with world-class players, and he can win trophies. Even the environment itself works in Liverpool's favour. Where others might boast skyscraper glamour, gilded training pitches, Liverpool execute function wrapped in identity. The club allowed by Leverkusen to use their facilities while visiting England. A gesture that was diplomatic on the surface, but it was also profoundly calculated. Because this is how you show ambition without saying a word. Florian Wirtz could use all the Liverpool facilities and he could see what a fantastic, professional, immaculate environment it is. And consider the clubs who have reportedly made their own attempts. Bayern also are said to have underwhelmed Wirtz during their presentation. Real Madrid simply cannot offer the tailored role and guaranteed minutes that Liverpool can. And Man City might tempt with trophies and Guardiola, but there is something deeply personal about what Liverpool are offering. It is not just a place in the team, but a place in the project. And Florian Wirtz will be front and center of this next Liverpool era that Arne Slot is building. And of course, there are a lot of comparisons to Philippe Coutinho because he is the player closest in profile to what Florian Wirtz will offer Liverpool next season. But this Liverpool side is carefully crafted to suit the unique attributes of Florian Wirtz. The team is not being built around the system that Wirtz must slot into. It is being built with the express intention of giving him freedom to roam, to combine, to dictate, and to destroy the opposition. And also, if Kerkez joins, then we will have two flying fullbacks who will provide width and running power from deep, and the club actively searching for a centre forward who links play rather than just poaches. So the stage is being set. Wirtz will not be asked to adapt to the Liverpool. Liverpool are adapting to Wirtz. And he thrives with Boniface and Patrick Schick at Leverkusen, players who occupied defenders and gave him passing lanes. The potential for similar chemistry with a mobile number 9 and overlapping fullbacks at Liverpool should not be underestimated. Whether it is Ishak or Alvarez or a wildcard name like Ekitike or even Gonzalo Ramos at Paris Saint-Germain. I've seen him mentioned as well because he's a great value for money potential transfer for the striker position. That is where Wirtz lives, where he can pull defenses out of shape and make intelligent movement in tight zones. And that is where Wirtz can dictate the play and decide games on his own even sometimes. What Liverpool need is not a traditional number 10 or a rigid system operator. They need a magician who can float between the lines, who can draw in markers and who can release others. And in Wirtz they are acquiring exactly that profile of a player. The project is real and its values lies not in what is promised but in what has already been delivered. From a fan base that lives through its club to a recruitment model that balances science with soul, Liverpool offer more than money, they offer purpose. There is no footage of Wirtz going at fashion shows he's a quiet, humble, focused guy, the kind of player who would rather compete his evolution in relative peace than have it broadcast on a banner. This makes Liverpool even more the right club for him, the right fit, because this is exactly the kind of ethos that Liverpool represent. So Liverpool have not just built a team, they have built an idea, a functioning, evolving, emotionally resonant idea. Wirtz fits not only as a player but as a person to this Liverpool team, and this is football's version of a cultural match. That's the perfect way to end this video. I really am very excited about this transfer to happen. Hopefully the announcement will be made this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.